My man Gerald McCoy here, of course, starred at the University of Oklahoma and played for this man. I grew up in Oklahoma City, born and raised a diehard Oklahoma Sooners fan. So this is a special occasion for Gerald and for me, because joining us now is Brent Venables, the head coach at the University of Oklahoma, which is now 8-2 and projected into the college football playoffs.
Yeah, BV.
Coach, welcome. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on.
Great. So, Coach, what did going down to Tuscaloosa and beating Alabama mean to you and the program you're trying to build?
As much as anything, just affirmation for our players, our staff that have put in a lot of work. Everybody sees you be successful, but they don't see all the work that goes into it, the sacrifice, the commitment, the consistency, the discipline, all the things that being successful requires. So just really, I'm happy and proud for them. And, it's just another step, in a challenging season. And, but one for affirmation that, man, we got a pretty good team. And when we put it all together, man, we can play and compete with anybody in the country.
BV, I watch, and a lot of people ask me, like, where's your excitement? Where does this joy come from? And how you look at things. And I tell people it's because I actually played for BV. And I tell people this funny story of how he pays attention to the details. He doesn't let anything slip. I said my very first interaction with him on campus, I walk in the locker room, I'm walking through, he's like, hey, Gerald, great to have you. What's a pirate? And I'm like, I didn't get a playbook yet. He was like, well, you already behind. And I'm like, God dang, BV. So then I think back to our defenses. And I know you said, I'm going to call the plays, and I try and tell people how much attention to detail you pay, even so much so that you would even get in and run the scout team. Are you still doing that? Are you still stepping in like, hey, get out the way, man. This is how it's supposed to be done.
Give me the ball.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, no, I have, I have fun doing that. You're never going to be great at anything if you're not passionate about it. I'm passionate about, helping my players chase non-negotiable standards every single day. I trust myself. If I always had a belief system, if I don't, they won't. So everything kind of starts with me as the head coach. And again, to push and challenge our guys every single day. Take them into that rare air, the thin air, and get them comfortable in that space. And, we've, through 3.5 years of recruiting and developing, I think the mindset sets the pace for everything, and our players are running towards that. We recruit to that, and our older guys have nurtured, our root system and that belief system.
So, Coach, how much has it meant to you and your football team that you did take back over the defense and you are calling the defenses and more hands-on than you were before?
Yeah, for me, it's a very intimate place to be when you're being the head coach and you're just kind of overseeing everything and fist bumping and conversating and passing. It's not near from a relationship standpoint, not near the, fellowship and again, intimate, conversations. And again, a lot of the, tough details that you have to work through together, and you're building something. So I love it. I love being in there with the coaches and in the staff room every single day, trying to figure things out. I've got a fantastic staff that helps me navigate that. If we're successful, it's because of all of us together, coaches and players. So I got a wonderful staff that helps give me perspective and direction and things of that nature. But I do think that they know that, when the head coach is involved, I do think that you get a little bit more attention, a little bit more focus, a little bit more passion, intensity in the moment.
Coach, when I played, the thing we were able to do is win close games. And I'm looking at the growth of your program from where it started to where it is this year. And I always say the best teams are player-led teams. I know the reason we would win close games is because of the grind we did with each other in the offseason, in the workouts, in the practices. getting into it in the locker room, all of that. What would you attribute to the growth and actually the difference in the past teams and this year is y'all are winning these close games because y'all know how to win these close games? What would you say the change has been?
Well, we recruited good players. We've developed a lot of young guys that have become good players. And then I think the mindset of everything gets easier when you stop expecting it to be easy. And so guys that have run towards that and have accepted that are very comfortable in that space. The more challenging the moment, the more comfortable our players have become. And that's the SEC. I think that kind of goes without saying. This is a one possession league, and a lot of games have been decided, in the last drive, in the last, few series of the game. So our players have become accustomed to that and have gotten more comfortable. And now we've become better in those moments.
So, Coach, John Mateer obviously has been the driving force of your football team this year. You got a terrible break when he broke the bone in his thumb of his throwing hand against Auburn. How close do you see him getting back to being 100% John Mateer down the stretch?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I really can't say for certain. It's that injury through history it's been longer rather than earlier from a recovery standpoint. And he's a tough guy and he doesn't want to be on the sidelines, and he's never going to make an excuse. He is getting better. The velocity that he's thrown with is improved, in the last, several weeks. And I think it's just going to continue to get better, Skip, to be very honest with you. And, it's probably going to take an out of season and things of that nature for him to get back to completely healthy.
Yeah.
Coach, defending home was always a major thing in our locker room. You defend home. You don't lose at home. You win these home games. Everything else will take care of itself. We finished the regular season with 2 home games. How big of an advantage is that? And are the guys excited to be playing in front of the best crowd in the country? I played there. I've been there. I was there before as a kid. I played there, and I've been there after. It's nothing like being in that stadium. Are the guys excited? You excited to finish the season at home, not having to travel? We in our backyard. Y'all got to come to us.
Yeah, no question. The passion and the intensity, from our walk of champions to the introduction to, the third down, fourth downs when, the decibel rating is top notch. It's a special place, no question. And I think you look at our last 50 games in the month of November in this stadium here, and I think we're 47-3, which is the best in college football over that same amount of games. And so there's obviously, a home field advantage for our football team. The ability to operate, the way people are playing college football now. There's a headset piece. There's a lot of communication that's happening at the last few seconds before they've got to snap the ball. And, you're fooling yourself if you don't believe that the crowd can really have great impact on their ability to execute and communicate up front, both sides of the ball, let alone through the quarterback. So it's going to be a lot of fun. These are like playoff games right now. There ain't again, the playoffs may or may not happen, but they don't happen for sure if you don't take care of what's in front of you right now. So that's really where our focus is, but really a great excitement about taking care of your business on the road. Now let's go finish things off here at home for sure.
Coach, last question. Speaking as a fan, my one concern has been we're not great at running the football. Is there any hope that Jaden Ott could contribute at all down the stretch?
Well, we need to get better. We have been the last 4 games. I think we're 3rd or 4th in the SEC in rushing our last month. So we've gotten better with our young players. We've got 3 freshmen up front. Everybody's getting a little bit better. The disruptive plays and the sacks have really diminished tremendously over the last 4 or 5 weeks. And so that's a group that, as you know, that spending time together, the chemistry, the cohesion, the communication, there's not a position that's more important up front than offensive line. Any position group on your team, just it's incredibly important. So you're seeing some of the fruits of that labor. We need more explosive type runs that can make a huge difference. And but that's a focal point for us, whether it's the +1 run game with the quarterback, with our running backs. Jaden is incredibly talented. He's getting into a better rhythm. We got some guys that are a little bit sore here late in the season, like probably everybody's running back room in the country. And so we're going to have to navigate it and, probably do it with a few more guys, and they're kind of by committee. And it's incredibly important that we get some guys going and we can create some of those explosive plays, because we're playing a couple of defenses back-to-back weeks, man, that, they're hard to move the ball on. And, the way that we can, win is having, balance in what we're doing, both running and throwing. So Jaden will be a critical part of that in his success.
Great. Coach, we appreciate your time, and go get Missouri and go get LSU.
Hey, man, it's a privilege to be on with you guys. GK, man, it's always good to see your smile.
Yeah.
And one thing that ain't never changes, man, that you got that light inside of you, man. It's great to see you.
Thanks. You too, Coach. Hey, listen, I've been screaming on the Jumbotron and all these intro videos. We need these last two, so I may have to make that drive down there.
I look forward to seeing you if you do.
in person and get this crowd hyped, because we need these.
Yeah.
We need these
Hey,
too.
bring your mouthpiece.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
put you in.
All right.
All right.
Good
Thanks,
to see you,
Coach.
brother.
Thank you.
All right, you
Appreciate
too, Coach.
you.
Thanks.
You got it, guys. All right.